So guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Redmanx TV. I hope you guys are all staying safe and sound wherever you are. In today's video, I'll be previewing the game on the weekend as Manchester United will look to take on a struggling Burnley side in the Premier League. So make sure you guys do smash a like on the video, leave your thoughts and score predictions of the game going into the comments, and make sure to subscribe down below with notifications on to keep up to date with the videos. Anyway guys, so let's get on to the preview. So guys, Manchester United will be back in action this Sunday in the Premier League as we look to take on Burnley. And of course, days after coming off that Europa League win and of course qualifying into the semi-finals. Very, very happy with that. We have Roma next up in the semi-finals. Really excited about that. And of course, we are a step closer for what I would call a successful season for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Of course, second in the Premier League, which right now looks nailed on. And we've made huge progress in trying to get that. And of course, winning the Europa League, which we should be favourites for. I know Arsenal win it, and they probably would, some people would call us favourites as well, but you know, if we beat Roma, well, I would play Villarreal or Arsenal in the final, and I think, you know, either way we should be winning this whole competition. We have to get past the semi-final as well. That's a must, considering how many semi-finals we've lost in the past. So I'll talk about that game close to the time, but of course we've got Burnley this weekend, and straight away I look at this game as a game we should be winning. With our position in second place, we're comfortably in second place, and Burnley, who are near the relegation zone now. Of course, I don't reckon they will be relegated. I do reckon they have enough in them. Will get a few more points under their belt to have another season in the Premier League. Although I hate them, I hate the way they play. I hate everything about Burnley. They've shocked us before, so you know they could do it again. But of course, you know, we should be winning this game quite comfortably. And I saw some people, a few people, all over online saying, no, we shouldn't take these games seriously anymore. But you know, I'm not in that. I'm not in that a bunch of people who think, you know, we should take this game lightly, because of course every single Premier League game from now on we need to try and win. You know, let's beat the point tally of last season. Let's win every game we can. But what I was going to say, and before that, of course, we have a few really big games coming up as well. Leeds, Liverpool, and I want to take those games seriously. I want to beat those teams coming up, because, you know, against Leeds and Liverpool, you know, they're massive, massive games. Do we even have Liverpool coming up? I'm maybe just confusing everyone, but I think we do. Yeah, I definitely think we do have Liverpool coming up. I'm not too sure. Someone correct me on that, or I'll look after this. But yeah, you know, don't take any focus off the Premier League, because there's still games to be played. There's still games and points to be gained as well. So, you know, we have to focus on that. But of course, you know, the main focus right now will be the Europa League and going on to win that, because that's all we have left to play for right now, trophy-wise, really, because we're only in that, and of course got knocked out of the FA Cup by Leicester. So, you know, one more chance for Manchester United to try and win a trophy this season. Can we do it? But what I was going to say, or what I want to talk about, is there's so many fringe players at Manchester United that I was just so shocked that are just still at the club, you know. I know they're at the club, but like Chukwueze, you know, how good of a defender is Chukwueze? He's magnificent. I really like him, and he could have a place at Manchester United if he was given the chance, because he's fast, he's tall, he's a perfect defender for me, and I think he'd, you know, fit right alongside the likes of Harry Maguire. But, you know, Ole's not going to do that, of course. Donny van de Beek, who's just not pinned in the question for Manchester United start. Of course, Brandon Williams, who came on for some minutes. At one point, he was our starting left back, with Luke Shaw and Tellez coming in. Of course, that may have altered that. But, you know, what I was going to say is that these type of games against Burnley or the lower teams in the Premier League that we have left, I would definitely give Diallo the whole game. Give Donny the whole game. Matic the whole game. Give Brandon Williams the whole game. You know, give these players a chance, because, you know, there's not much on the line anymore for the Premier League. Of course, I want to win every single game I can, but there's not much on the line. Top four is guaranteed, no matter if we get second, third, or fourth. But, you know, I want to get second. So just play these type of players. Give them an opportunity, because, you know, how long are they waiting on the bench? But I don't think it will happen, because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is too scared to change things up. You know, play a different style and play a few players in case it goes wrong. But, you know, what shocks me the most is Diallo and Donny van de Beek. You know, the amount of game time they're not getting is just absolutely ridiculous for me. But my team lineup going into this game, of course, in net will be Dean Henderson, left back Luke Shaw, and there'll be Lindelof alongside Maguire, and then it'll be Wan-Bissaka right back. In the middle, it'll probably be Fred and McTominay. Ahead of him, you'll see Bruno. On the left, it'll be Pogba. And, you know, he played really well there against Spurs. I thought, you know, he was one of the best players in that match against Spurs. I was really happy with his performance. But, you know, Do I really want to see him? Does anyone want to see him on that left position? I don't think so. I don't think he needs to be there long term. But as soon as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer sees something go right, as soon as he, as soon as he sees something goes right, I'm going to go with that. He'll stick with it. He will stick with it. And he'll be like, well, Pogba, you played really well on the left, mate. Have another game there, and the next game. Then they just continue. But if you want to get the best out of Pogba, you got to play him in the middle, because I cannot have Fred and McTominay playing in the middle every single week for Manchester United. But that'll be Pogba on the left. And, of course, Rashford may not be available for... I can't talk today. Rashford may not be available for this game. So, that might be an easier option for Ole, putting Pogba on the left. And then, of course, Bruno at Cal on the right. You probably will see Greenwood, but I don't think you will see James in this game. And then, of course, Edison Cavani up front. So, that's the team I would go for. Make sure to get your teams in down below. I'm going to have a Burnley fan come on the channel now. So, of course, watch out for that. And I'll be back very, very soon. Goodbye.
Hey, I'm Dan. I am one of 2 Burnley fans who run the Cricketfieldend page on Twitter. I'm just here to give a Burnley fan perspective on Sunday's game. Our season so far, not been a good one. I mean, the start of the season, we started off really slow. We had a bit of a decent, the tempo sort of picked up halfway through, but we've now started that decline again, and that's why we are in those, that sort of relegation dogfight, so to speak. Our last 2 games, I mean, you've got to look at the Southampton game and the Newcastle game. Losing 3-2 at Southampton, surrendering a 2-goal lead was just, it was shocking. Absolutely shocking. To come away at 2-0, you expect to be comfortable and home and dry, so to speak. You're on the front foot. You've obviously managed to grab 2 goals. To lose that 3-2 was massive. So we expected in the next game at Newcastle, welcoming to Turf Moor, we expected a bit of a pick-me-up result. Newcastle hadn't been at the best. Both teams are fighting for points down in that end of the table. But again, we went 1-0 up and surrendered that lead and lost 2-1. Am I confident for Sunday? No, not at all. I think obviously when it does come to Burnley, Manchester United, and that fixture comes up, we do give sometimes a good account of ourselves. But with how you guys have been playing and how we are at the moment at the back, a little bit shaky, do I see us getting anything? Not at all. It's going to make for a good encounter because we don't know what sort of Burnley side we're going to get at the moment. We like to press. Are we going to have a good defensive masterclass? Is both of them going to finally combine and we're going to grab a result? On the road, I take a point no matter what. It's going to make for good TV. I hope anyway. Key players this year. See, that's a tricky one because at the beginning of the season we had quite a few injuries. Having our defensive partnership back at that time, having Ben Mee and Tarks playing together was pivotal really because we was, chopping and changing with Kevin Long and, it wasn't sort of working. There was the odd bit. We've had youth coming through at the back as well. So for me, we've got to look at our front 2 at the moment, which would be Chris Wood and Matej Vidra. I think the combination of them 2 at the moment, you can't look any further. I think Jay Rodriguez will understand that. Ashley Barnes will understand that. Some of the youth lads that are coming through in the upfront, categories. We need to. That's where we'll be relying on. They've been key for us these last few games since we've been so shaky at the back. Score prediction. I can't predict a Burnley win. I cannot predict a Burnley win. Do I want to sit on the fence and say a draw? Absolutely not. I would love a draw on the road. I mean, any point on the road is substantial. But I'm going to have to say 2-1 to you guys. I think you guys have got this one in the bag. So, yeah, just makes for a good game on Sunday. So, fingers crossed we get something. But, I can't see it.
So guys, there you go. I hope you enjoyed him coming onto the channel and giving his thoughts and of course key players for Burnley going into our clash on Sunday. If you want to go and check him out, I'll leave his Twitter down below and of course go and subscribe to him on YouTube, which will also be down below. The link to that will be down below. So make sure to check out that. Go and give him some love. Go and subscribe and show him some support. It seems a really good guy, so make sure you go and do that. But of course, guys, I'm going to have a few Manchester United players come... So guys, I hope you enjoyed them coming onto the channel and got a bit of an insight on Burnley so far this season and their key players going into the game. If you want to go and check him out, I'll leave his links to his YouTube and his Twitter in the description below. Please go over to his channel, drop him a subscribe and check out his videos. An amazing guy, does loves Burnley, and he's one of the only Burnley fans out there, really, isn't there, that does content. So of course, make sure to go and check him out, show him some support, and once again, thank you for coming on. But my final thoughts before we head over to see what some Manchester United fans have to say about this game is, of course, take this game seriously. It's not a game to mess around. Of course, I would switch it up a bit, maybe add a Diallo in there. Maybe we might see a Brandon Williams, maybe, potentially. Probably not. Maybe add a Matic in there, or even Donny van de Beek, add a few players in there, because, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you're going to get second. I can assure you that. You don't need to worry about that. You're going to get that. So just start giving other players some chance and rest some key players for the bigger games, maybe one against Leeds, Liverpool, and of course that Roma game. But of course, guys, get your thoughts down below. I'm going to have a few Manchester United fans come onto the channel now, and I'll see you guys after.
So we got Burnley on Sunday, 4 o'clock kickoff. Our recent record at home against them has been terrible. I think we've drawn 3 of the last 4 matches and lost 1. The last time we beat them was 6 years ago, when February 2015. The reason they got relegated under Sean Dyche. I think we won 3-1. Smalling scored twice. Van Persie penalty and Ing scored for them. So that tells you how long ago it was. Yeah, so we need to improve that record. I think we will do. Burnley in poor form, just lost to Newcastle, who also they're proven, but they've had a terrible season. So that epitomises what Burnley over the last couple of weeks. They dropped off a bit. They're always a solid team, and they've got a good record to get Old Trafford, but I think we have too much for them. So I think Pogba looked fresh now. He's off at half time against Granada, so he'll be fresh. Bruno came off as well. So I think we should have too much for them. So I'm gonna go for a comfortable 3-0 United win. Try and score second, really. I mean, if we got 8 points behind Man City, I think they've got the title. Hopefully they bottle it, but we just need to be there just in case they do, even though it's 1% chance. So we just need to try and get closest to them as we can, basically. Try and reduce the point gap between us. So next season we can challenge and try and win the title properly.
Alright, so here are my thoughts going into our game against Burnley on Sunday, and to be honest with you, I'm a little bit worried because our record at Old Trafford against Burnley has been very, very poor. The last few results we've failed to keep a clean sheet, and I think the last 3 games we've conceded 2 against them, so we haven't got a great record of, not conceding goals against Burnley. They always seem to turn up at Old Trafford, and that's one thing I'm worried about. Obviously, our form is quite decent at the moment. I think since the international break, we haven't actually lost a game, and hopefully we can continue that. But I just see this being another one of those games, like the Brighton game, where we don't really play that well over the 90 minutes, but we just about get the job done, scrape over the line, second half FC. I'm predicting another 2-1. So another 2-1, a pretty poor game and maybe a poor performance, but I just think we'll get over the line just about. So that's my prediction. And Bruno penalty's on the cards, trust me. But anyway, that's my thoughts going into this game, and hopefully we get the 3 points.
So guys, you've heard from them, but I want to hear from you guys. What do you think is going to happen going into the game this Sunday? Make sure to drop your score predictions and thoughts going into it in the comments below. But my quick score prediction going into the game, Burnley, I think we're away. I do think we're away. So I'm going to go either way, if we're home or away. I'm going to go 2-1 to Manchester United. I don't think it'll be a clean sheet. I don't think we'll win comfortably. It'll be another game where we just edge it, but we're going to win this game, hopefully. And of course, for Burnley fans, I don't think they have much hope going into this one. But anyway, guys, that's going to be the end of the video. Thank you very, very much for checking it out. Make sure to drop a like. It helps so, so much. You don't understand, so make sure you do that. And also drop a comment, and of course, turn on notifications and subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with the videos. But anyway, guys, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Goodbye.